What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name's Nicole. I'm a person in recovery. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. And tonight, you guys, we are going to talk about surviving the holidays sober. Surviving the holidays sober. So come on in and let's get this show on the road. Oh, crap. What's up? Hey, Hitman. Okay, there we go. All right. Got to get all my stuff together. So I got you guys right there. And let me get so I can see everyone's comments. Because I never want to miss y'all's comments. Let's see. Tonight we're talking about surviving the holidays sober. Surviving the holidays sober. Hey, Tosh. What's up, girl? For those of you guys that are just coming in, if you don't mind, please share the video. Share the video with anybody you think that would be wanting to be a part of this video, that would want to be here for the group. And I'll do the same. Thank you to everybody that supports me and that has been a part of Real Talk Recovery. We are growing and growing and growing. And things are looking up for us. So y'all come on in, get yourself situated, get yourself comfortable, and we're going to talk about staying sober during the holidays, which is not always easy. We all know that, right? It's at 7 Central. Hey, Tosh. Hey, Ariel. Hey, Brian. Hey, Hitman. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. Come on in. Come on in and hang out with us. Everybody's welcome to come hang out. Okay. About recovery from addiction, and okay. Everybody's welcome to come hang out. Sorry, guys. All right, there we go. So that way I can see y'all's comments on both chats. Okay, so sobriety in the holidays. I don't know what it is about the holidays, you guys, but I feel like it is so stressful. And I know you guys, I'm on my laptop. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Does the picture look okay? I hope it looks okay. It's not going to be as perfect, but it's my laptop camera, so I hope it's good. How many of you guys are like dreading the holidays? I'm dreading them because it's going to cost me a lot of money because my son wants everything. And, you know, I have to get it for him. So that's one way I'm dreading it. And then another way I dread it is just getting together with everyone that we only see once a year. You know what I'm saying? It's stressful. It's stressful. So you guys come on in. If you're new to the chat, let us know who you are. Introduce yourself. If you're not new to the chat, drop your sobriety date and something that you're grateful for in the chat. All right, sobriety date and something grateful. If you're new, introduce yourself and I'll give you a shout out. Hey, Richard. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Pej. Hey, Cece. Hey, Rhonda. What's up, girl? I see you. Thanks. I'm glad you made it, Rhonda. You made it. We've been talking over there on TikTok in the messages. So this meeting is completely free. You don't have to pay a dime to be here. It's just us hanging out and talking about recovery. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Starbright. How you doing, honey? We're all here to support each other. Real Talk Recovery is an online recovery community that is here to support you in your pathway to recovery, whatever that pathway may be. We support multiple paths to recovery, which is like MAT, medical marijuana, abstinence, Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous. We support it all. Hey, my wonderful, amazing, beautiful friend. So glad you're on here. Nicole is 150% here to help people. I love, love, love her. Will always have her back and so proud of you. Thanks, girl. Thanks, Ashley. I appreciate you. I really do. I'm here to support you guys, whatever pathway in recovery that you choose. I am only one person, so if you send me a message or a DM and it takes me a second to get to you, it's because, well, it takes me a second to get to you because I'm only one person. But what we like to focus on here is recovery from addiction. Sometimes I share my own personal stories. Sometimes we have you guys share your stories. And then other nights we just pick a topic to talk about. Anybody is allowed to come up and share, just so you guys know. If you're new to the chat and you're like, what does she mean come up and share? You can come up and share here on here with us. In just a few minutes, I will drop a link in the chat and anyone can come up and share the things that they're struggling with or things that they're looking forward to about the holidays. Okay. So let's get started. All right. So first of all, when I was in my active addiction, what the holidays meant to me was, oh shit, everyone's going to know that I'm high. I'm going to be found out. I'm going to go to Thanksgiving dinner and I'm going to be so twacked out of my mind that I'm not going to be able to eat. Or I'm going to be so high that I'm going to nod out in a plate of mashed potatoes. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or I'm going to be miserable because I can't get high. So I'm going to have to sit there sober as a judge. I can remember many holidays going to my parents' house and feeling terrible because I knew that everyone in my family knew that I was under the influence. And nobody was saying anything because they loved me and they were just glad that I was there. You know, they were just glad that I was alive and that I actually made it to dinner. Now in my recovery, I get to be a part of Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and actually be active in the family. I remember my first year sober, I got to make Thanksgiving dinner for Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner for my sisters here at my house because my parents were still living in New York at the time. And I remember how proud I was of myself because I was able to make dinner for my baby sisters. I put pineapples on the turkey that year, which I don't know why I did that because they're supposed to go on a ham, but I did it anyway. And I provided a whole meal for the whole family, and it was pretty freaking awesome. A lot of the things that come along with the holidays are stressors, right? So how do we stay sober during the holidays? Well, first of all, we can stay sober during the holidays by setting healthy boundaries. Okay. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Healthy boundaries. Let me share with you what I mean. So healthy boundaries in this aspect. If you are around people that you just don't get along with, that you just don't see eye to eye with, you don't have to be around them. And I know that's hard for some people to understand, but if you know you're going to be going to Thanksgiving dinner at so-and-so's house and you guys just don't get along, then why don't you not go to that Thanksgiving dinner and go to a different one? So that way you're not put in that position where you are like having to be a part of that dinner. You know what I mean? Putting that healthy boundary in place to say, hey, listen, you know, I'm trying to stay sober today and I don't want to be a part of this. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with protecting your serenity. Okay. And don't let your family members gaslight you and make you feel bad. Okay. You don't have to do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. All right. This could even go for people that are using that are in your family, and you know you're going to go around so-and-so hasn't stopped. So-and-so hadn't gotten sober yet. So you don't want to go around so-and-so when they're using. And so if you are sober and you know that going around that person is going to be a trigger to you, then you set that boundary and you say, no, listen, I'm sober today. I don't have to be around people that are still using drugs. And in my sobriety, I choose not to be. I used to let like people in my life gaslight me into feeling guilty about doing these things that I didn't feel comfortable doing. And I'm not talking about my immediate family. My immediate family is amazing. Okay. But Rhonda, that's when somebody tries to make you feel guilty and guilt trip you into doing something that you don't feel comfortable doing. Okay, so putting the guilt trip on you about, well, it's Thanksgiving. You should be at Thanksgiving. It's the only time our family gets together. Well, if your family is toxic and you don't feel comfortable around your family, then why would you go give thanks with them? I see this happen so much during the holidays where we make exceptions to be around family members that we would never be around, that we literally can't stand. So I'll give you guys an example. I stopped doing this. In my family, my husband and I, in his family, his sister does not associate with us at all. Even though we've been sober for 6 years, she will not associate with us. I used to go around her for Thanksgiving and Christmas because I was trying to make my mother-in-law happy. I stopped doing it. I said, why am I going to go around somebody who's going to mean mug me the whole time and stare me down and make me feel uncomfortable? I want to go and give thanks and be around my family during the holidays, right? That love me and want to support me. And you know what, you guys? That family might not mean blood family. It might mean your recovery family. Don't put your sobriety at risk to please other people, okay? If you're uncomfortable around somebody, if you don't get along with them, if they make you feel awful and vice versa, then don't do it. These times are to be celebrated and have a good time, and not for you to be stressed out. So that's the number one thing that we have to realize, is that we can set boundaries and we don't have to do it. We don't have to do the celebration. We can have our own celebration with our recovery family. Okay. Another thing I think that a lot of people struggle with is just stressing out about appearances and what we wear, how we eat, how much money we spend. In early recovery, we don't have a lot of money. We can't go out and buy everybody a present, right? The present is, I'm sober today. The present is, I'm at the fucking function and I'm not falling asleep in my mashed potatoes. That's the present, everybody. Be grateful I'm here and I'm fucking of sound mind today. You know, a lot of people put way too much pressure on you in the beginning of your sobriety and expect so much from you. If you're making it to the family gathering and you're sober, you're dressed well, and you come to have a good time, that's all you got to worry about. Okay? That's all you got to worry about. Go there to be a part of the family and to show love. But you don't have to do it, you guys, if you feel uncomfortable. Okay? And it's not about getting together to take pictures to keep up with the Joneses, Candace, right? Just because so-and-so has a Christmas picture with all her family doesn't mean we have to get together when we literally are like at each other's throats, right? I can't stand a fake Christmas picture where we all get together and everybody actually can't stand each other. But we got our Christmas picture. Don't put yourself in that position. You don't have to do that this year. You're sober today. You can go around people that you want to be around. Okay? What's up, Cece? Oh, you're muted.
Nothing. It's like you were reading my mind, though.
Why?
I'm super stressed out about the holidays.
Why?
Well, half my family hates me.
Yeah, don't go around those people. If they hate you, then don't go around them. Why would you put yourself in that position? Why would you torture yourself like that?
Yeah. Because it's what's obligated.
Right. And that's not healthy for you.
And then I have super bad seasonal depression on top of it. And the holidays are super triggering. Like if I wasn't getting high, I was resentful because I wasn't. And if I was trying to get high, I put it in the post, like half the time the dealers weren't doing nothing on the holidays. So here I am, dope sick, pissed off, having to be around family I didn't want to be around and feeling guilty and ashamed because I was fucked up.
Right.
And then this last year, especially, I really effed up Christmas. Like, it was bad. And so my finances are working better, but like, sorry, I'm shaking because it's cold.
No, you're okay.
Like, I'm fearful and nervous because, I want to be able to make up for those 3 years. But, with my bills and everything, it's kind of going to be hard. And I want my daughter to have everything she could ever want, and I want to make up for the time I've missed. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. And with my family, if you buy for one, you have to buy for all when it comes to the kids. And there's quite a few. And so I'm like,
what I would do, Cece, is I would focus on making your Christmas with your daughter special for you and your daughter. If that means you go get a little rotisserie chicken from the Walmart and you get some dressing and some cornbread and some green beans, and you guys have your own little Christmas and Thanksgiving dinner, whatever you want to do, just you and your daughter, and make it special for her. Because here's the thing, all that stress and worrying about buying everybody presents, that's not what's important. What's important is that your daughter has her mom for Christmas and she's not in the foster care this year.
Yeah.
That's what's important. And all that other stuff people are stressing you out about, that's what I don't think people that are normal understand about the holidays for people that struggle with addiction. Like, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. I'm doing good in my sobriety to get dressed, get my son put together, and get out the door to go to school, right? I'm doing good to show up to the family event. Everything else is extra.
Yeah. And I'm kind of my own personal, I'm not enough, things like that. Like, I'm working really hard, but at the same time, I feel like my family and my daughter deserve more. And it's kind of it's a childhood thing. Like, I grew up very poor. And so I grew up, my mom did her best and I'm grateful to her. But there's still that kind of funny thing in the back of my mind. Like, I don't ever want my daughter to want and things like that. And there's guilt and stuff there. And so at the same time, it's like, even though I'm doing everything I can, it's just, I still don't feel like it's enough. And the seasonal depression really elevates that. Right. And there's also, I have family that died, their birthday's Christmas Day, that was murdered. So it adds a lot. But so you were thinking of you were reading my mind tonight.
And listen to me, like, I totally understand with like not feeling like you're enough. I always think that. I always think I'm not doing enough for Nate. He deserves better than me. Am I a good enough mom? But you know what my mom taught me? She said, your child needs you. You are exactly what your little girl needs at exactly this perfect moment in time, right? Your kids, and this goes for everybody, your kids don't care about anything else except for having your love and your attention. All right? Like, I understand my son is spoiled. Okay? He expects a lot. But me and his daddy sat him down this year and we told him, like, you're going to get these presents from the Santa Claus and then a couple presents from mom and dad, but we're not going to blow out the bank this year because it's too much. It's too much, and it's putting too much on me, and it's setting my son up for failure by spoiling him. So that's what you need to do. You need to not worry about the money. Don't worry about buying your daughter all these amazing gifts. Worry about making special memories with her and building moments in time that she'll look back on and say, I remember the year when we made forts and we camped out and watched Christmas movies all night. And then we played battle stations. That's what I remember. When I was a little girl, I remember making forts with my sisters, taking our Barbies' heads off their bodies and playing battle stations. And that was the best Christmas. I will never forget it. The worst Christmas I had was the year my dad bought me an easel to hold my music on for my clarinet. I was pissed.
It's just, and it's been 4 or 5 years since I've been straight for the holidays. And so, this is an adjustment for me too, because there's a lot of emotional things that go with it. And, try as I might to be fine, it's already getting hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're on the right track. You just hang out with us and keep moving forward. You always come up and share. So you're getting that off your chest. I mean, you're doing a great job. Don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
Like I said, make memories. It doesn't, the material things don't matter. Okay.
All right. I appreciate it, Nikki. But hey, I'm going to an in-person meeting. So if you guys are still live when I get done, I'll be back on.
Okay, girl. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Cece brought up a bunch of really good points, you guys. So how many of you guys are stressing out about what you're going to do? Hey, Ashley. Hey, Alicia. I see you guys. Hey, Jonah. I see you. How many of you guys are stressing out? Hey, Cindy. I see you, best friend. How many of y'all are stressing out about what you're going to buy your kids? Okay. How many of you guys? Hey, Alicia. I'm stressing out about that too. But guess what, you guys? Our kids just want to be with us. All that money stuff doesn't matter. Okay. Like I said, the holidays that I remember are the holidays where me and my sisters sat with my dad and watched the Gremlins. I will never forget the horror of that show. The Gremlins theme song used to haunt me at night. I would go to sleep and I was so afraid. I will never, ever forget it. But that was one of the best Christmases. Another Christmas that I remember was the year that me and my sisters, I think, was it a Christmas? I can't remember what holiday it was. I think it was Easter. But my parents got us baby chickens. And me and my sister slept on the hide-a-bed in the living room that night. All 3 of us on the hide-a-bed with our little baby chicks lined up across our chest. We pulled a cover over our chest and woke up the next morning with fucking chicken shit all over us. But it was the best Easter ever. We had such a good time. We were making memories together. And that's what we have to get. We have to get away from all this material shit like we have gotten into and get back to what Christmas and Thanksgiving and the holidays are all about, which is connecting and making memories with our loved ones. When we first get sober, a lot of us are stressing out because we barely are making enough money to feed ourselves, right? We're barely making enough money to be able to have a plate at the damn table to eat. And so the way we train our kids is what they're going to expect from us. All right. One of the mistakes that I made, you guys, was I started training my son to expect to have the best clothes, the best shoes, the best toys, the newest this, the newest that. And guess what? I'm screwed now. So what I'm trying to do is reverse that because I parented my son out of guilt. I felt guilty because he got taken away from me. And so I bought him all the things in the world he would ever want. And that's bad. That's biting me in the butt. And so don't do like I did and set your kids up for failure by just throwing gifts at them because you lost custody of them. Okay, that's what happened. I bought my son all these things because I didn't have custody of him. And I was afraid he would remember and that it would ruin his childhood. You guys, My son doesn't remember one bit of being taken away from me. The only reason he even knows it happens is because I told him it happened, you know? Anybody that wants to come up and share, you're welcome to come up and share. Here's the link to, and the StreamYard link is that link that's pinned. So if you want to come up and share, hit that link. So you guys, what are we going to do? What are we going to do if we walk into our Thanksgiving dinner? Wait a second. What are we going to do if mom calls us and she says, Lisa, this year for Thanksgiving, your brother's going to be there. And yes, he's still getting high. What are we going to do? Mom, if brother's there and he's still getting high, you know I can't be around that. That's not healthy for me or my sobriety. Is he going to leave at a certain time? Can I come before he's there and spend time with you guys and then leave before he gets there and set it up like that? That's one thing that you can do, okay? Hey, Ashley. Hey, all the Ashleys. Another thing that you can do is, let's say this. Let's say your mother is putting all this pressure on you. She wants you to make the corn casserole. She wants you to make the biscuits. She wants you to make the turkey. She wants you to do all this. And you can't do it. But you're a people pleaser. So you keep on saying, sure, I'll do it. Sure, I'll do it. Set the boundary. Mom, I don't mind bringing a plate to the Thanksgiving dinner, but I can't prepare all the food. I can make one dish. I would be willing to make this dish. And that's what you do. Okay? Stories that are the true meaning of Christmas. Go ahead, storyteller mama. Nate will love it. Yes, yes. And let me tell you guys, okay? Me and my sisters, we were thick as thieves, okay? We would build these forts out of all the cushions in my mom and dad's living room. And I'm talking, we would have our covers and our pillows, and we have our TV set up, and we would watch Pippi Longstocking is coming into your town. A freckle-faced, red-headed girl you want to know. Me and my sisters had a blast. And we would laugh and we would chuckle and hee all over the place. So excited just to spend time with each other, with my mom and dad, and have their attention for Christmas. You know, so that's all that matters. All right. You don't have to beat yourself up or put yourself into some magical box just because it's the holidays. All right. Another thing that can be hella triggering is the fact that you're working more hours. How many of you guys have jobs that you're like double downing on and working a lot more hours? Okay. My husband is working like 60 hours a week, and he got into an argument with his boss yesterday because he told his boss, I need to have a day off. There's nothing wrong with wanting a day off, you guys, and taking time for your recovery. If you're not taking time to build your sobriety and to stay sober, then guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? That job is going to take precedent over your sobriety, and you're going to relapse. I've seen it happen time and time again, and I've done it myself. Okay, that's how I know. I've done it. All right, that was the thing that I was the worst about, was taking a job, working a lot, getting promoted, and then losing my job because of my addiction. Okay, so we have to focus on what's best for us. If we want to remain sober, we have to put our sobriety before anything else. Okay, we have to put our sobriety first. We have to build that. Then we can do other things. Then other things will fall into place. Okay, I know it's uncomfortable. Listen, setting boundaries is hard for me too. Okay, I suck at it. I suck at telling people no. Why do you guys think I do all the things that I do online for free? Because I can't tell people no, because I feel guilty, because I'm a people pleaser. You know, I do a lot of stuff, and I work really, really hard to try and help others for nothing, you know, and I do that because I want people to have a place to be safe and to be able to share openly. But a lot of the times I do it because I don't know how to say no to the situation, you know, and I've gotten myself in this far. I've been doing it for so long, I can't turn around now. So I understand. Recovery is really, really important, you guys. And in order for us to have a healthy, happy holiday, we have to stay sober. We have to set those boundaries. Another thing that, like, this is the thing that drives me insane the most, is like going around family members who hate you during the holidays, who these family members don't even like talk to you during the regular year. So why on heaven's earth am I going to go and torture myself to be around these people during the damn holiday? Holidays are meant to be spent with people that you love and that you want to be around and that you enjoy being around, not people who torture you and stare at you the whole time you're trying to, eat your turkey and giving you death threats, death stares, Sorry, guys. That's one thing that my mother-in-law loves to do, is get me and my husband around family members. Hey, Cammie, what's up, girl? Family members that don't even want to be around us. Like, we're supposed to be having a good time for the holidays. We're supposed to be enjoying each other's company during the holidays. Instead of getting around people that you don't get along with, that you don't see eye to eye with, get your holiday and build it around people that you want to be around. And like I said before, it might not be your blood family. It might just be your recovery family. Because you know what, you guys? Sometimes the recovery family is all we got. I've gotten to a point now in my sobriety where I'm not going to go around people that don't want me to be there. I'm not going to go around my sister-in-law because I know she doesn't like me. And I don't like her either. And I don't want to have to be tortured with her presence. And she doesn't want to have to be tortured with my presence. So I'm going to go and do my holiday with my family, with my mom and dad. See, the great thing about the DeMayo family, my mom and dad, is that me and my sisters and my mom and dad, we love each other. And we have no problems getting together for the holidays. In fact, I look forward to going to my mom and dad's house for the holidays because my mom lets me take a load off. She plays with my little boy. I get to relax. Me and my husband can eat food. See, what you guys don't know is I'm 24/7 mom, right? See, my mom lives in another part of Arkansas, so I don't get to see her all the time to have help with my son. And my mother-in-law, she's not that kind of grandma that tries to see her grandson all the time and help babysit or take a load off, right? So when I get to go see my mom, I look forward to it. I'm excited. I can't wait to go spend time with my mom. So that way I can have some time to be me. Me and my husband, I've just gotten to a point in our relationship, and because he has a new job, where I have Nate during the day and then he handles the night. So that way I can have my Nicole time and I can do my recovery here with you guys. Hey, Polly, we can't tell you whether or not to take Suboxone or not, honey. Okay. Like, you have to go to the doctor and you have to get the doctor to help you with that. Like, nobody on here can give you medical advice. Like, if you're in withdrawal, you need to call your doctor, let them know you're in withdrawals, and then they'll get you on that clinical opiate withdrawal scale and see if you can take your medication. Okay? So I guess what I'm trying to tell you guys here about the holidays is don't stress yourself out. Don't push yourself around people that you're not comfortable with being around just because it's Thanksgiving. Okay? It's okay, Polly. I'm not upset with you, honey. I'm not upset with you at all. My husband gave me a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I need to read it. It helps you say no. Candace, that sounds like a great book that I would love to read. That's why I'm coming on here tonight, because I want you guys to know that in your recovery, you have choices today. Okay? Maybe you went to the family gathering all those years because you felt guilty, because you were on drugs. But today you're in recovery. Today you have options. Today you can say, no, aunts and uncle, I don't want to come to the family gathering where everybody's drinking alcohol and doing shots off each other's asses. Or, no, mom and dad, my sister hates my guts. Why am I going to go be there when somebody that doesn't like me? Like you guys have options today because you're sober. And the thing about our kids is that our kids just need us. They just want our love. So if anybody wants to come up and share, here's the link to come up and share. Like I said, the only family that I have problems with during family gatherings is my in-laws side. My family is so amazing. I have no problems. Every now and then, my sister has a bipolar episode, and she might, cuss one of us out, but she always comes back and apologizes and makes it right. So we all always have a good holiday. You know what I mean? And like I said, I just have gotten to the point with my husband's family where I just tell my mother-in-law, like, no, we're not going to get together with them. Why would we do that when they don't want to be around us? Like, these holidays are meant for us to spend time with people that we love, and that's what the holidays are all about, making memories. So what do you guys struggle with during the holidays? Is it the stress about getting together with family members? Is it the stress about buying Christmas presents? Is it all the people who are drinking? Because a lot of people celebrate the holidays with alcohol. Is it like a family tradition that everybody gets together and drinks or smokes, Bad memories and trauma. Oh, Ashley. So I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the trauma that some people might have from, having bad experiences. If you want to come up and share about any of that, you're more than welcome to come up and share. Missing people who passed away. Absolutely. Absolutely. So one of the things that I had to learn about in my recovery was the 5 stages of grief. Okay. After I got sober, I'll tell y'all a story of something that happened. After I got sober, I had a friend named Ashley Sheldon. And me and Ashley met when we were in treatment. We both lived in these apartments that was part of our sober living house. You live in the sober living house for like 6 to 9 months, and then you graduate to the next phase, which is moving into your own apartment. Well, Ashley lived in this apartment and I lived in this apartment. And so we would get together and go to each other's houses, and we would have pasta Sundays, where we would make any kind of pasta and then pour grape juice into wine glasses and act like we were drinking wine and eating pasta. Okay. And so my friend Ashley relapsed on Roxy's while we were living there. And a couple of months later, I relapsed with her. Well, after she relapsed, she moved back in with her parents, and I didn't see her for a really long time, but we always kept up with each other through our cell phones, like texting and stuff. Well, years later, I'm talking 10 years passed, okay? And I got sober in 2015, and she saw that I was sober by my Facebook account, so she messaged me. She messaged me and told me that she was with a man who broke her arm in half. He put her arm on the thing and broke it in half like that. Okay. He was an older man who was supplying her with heroin. And she finally got away with him, but she moved in to live with her parents. Okay. And her arm was healing and all that stuff, and they prosecuted him. Well, she had moved into her parents, and she had gotten addicted to Imodium. Imodium is an anti-diarrheal medicine that when you take it in like large quantities, it can act on the same mu receptors that opiates do. And so she was addicted to overtaking Imodium pills, which is super duper dangerous. And so I was being there to support her and just love her and encourage her to make changes and get sober. Well, I knew she was depressed, and I knew her family didn't really support her, but I didn't realize how bad it was until one night she messaged me a picture of her neck. And she had purple ligature marks all around her neck where she had hung herself and it not been successful. And so she called me, or she showed me, and then I said, oh my God, like I have to send this to the police. Like I'm going to get you help. Like we cannot let this go, you know? She begged me not to tell anybody, begged me. And so against my better judgment, I didn't tell anybody. And 1 week later, she hung herself and she succeeded. It was a Wednesday. I was driving to work. I was working for Hallmark at the time. This is before I started working for Dr. B. And I got a ding to my Facebook Messenger. And I opened it up and it said, by the time you get this letter, I'll already be gone. And I knew right away. And so I skimmed down the letter and I found the number to her parents. And I called her parents. I said, please go check on Ashley. I think she might be dead. Please. And that's when her dad said to me, what are you talking about? She killed herself last night. Click. So she had killed herself the night before by hanging herself. And I felt like I could have changed that. I felt like if I had said something, I could have saved her life. And the guilt that came over me was like nothing that you could ever experience in your whole entire life. I still feel guilty about this, still to this day. Okay. In this letter, she wrote to me, please carry on my legacy. Please keep my Instagram open, keep my Facebook open, let people know what happened to me, share my story with other people so that way they don't have to go through what I went through. You see, she was really depressed and she had no support at all. Her parents wouldn't even allow her to live in her childhood room. They made her sleep on the floor in the piano room. Okay? They were so unsupportive of her. It was horrible. She had been through so much trauma having that man take her arm and break it in half on purpose. Like when I tell you guys, it was so bad. And to add the situation and make it 10 times worse, her family didn't even have a funeral for her. They didn't even have a memorial for her. So me and my friends that we all knew her from Alcoholics Anonymous, we had a memorial for her here in Little Rock. And it was devastating reading somebody's suicide note that was to you and putting all this pressure on you for you to be the person to make sure that everyone knows what happened and their story. When I tell you guys, she was the most creative, beautiful girl I've ever met in my whole entire life. She could play Beethoven on the piano without any music in front of her, just by ear. She could play any Beatles song on the piano by ear. She was a literal genius when it came to the piano. Okay? Because I fucking dropped the ball and I didn't say anything when she told me please not to tell anybody. And because of that, she's not here. And I should have went and told somebody. And so grieving, the reason why I was telling the story is to talk about grief during the holidays. Grief is the hardest thing to get through when you're sober. But one of the things that has helped me is looking up the 5 stages of grief on YouTube. There's a video all about it and just watching it and listening to it because you go through these different stages whenever you lose somebody. You go through this stage where at first you're like shocked, right? You're like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Okay. And you are just shocked. Then you go through this point where you're angry and you're pissed and you're like, I'm going to get somebody, right? Then you go through this point where you're like in disbelief, not in just shock, anger, acceptance, where you're like, okay, it happened, but then you go back to being angry again. It's like a roller coaster of grief. It's so crazy how it's like up and down, up and down, up and down, right? And so I want you to know that if you're going through that grief, to be easy on yourself. Let yourself feel those feelings. I had to do the same thing, and I still beat myself up to this day about what happened to Ashley. And I've had other friends that have committed suicide before Ashley did. And I'll tell you this, there was warning signs with both of my friends. They were both highly depressed. They were both hurting, and they both needed support, and they needed love, and they needed attention. And they were crying out, saying, I need help, you know, and I wished I could have done more. I wished I had been a better friend and been able to help more, but I dropped the ball. And so now, you guys, when people come to me and they say things like about taking their own lives, I don't take that shit as a joke, and I will call 911 on your ass and have a welfare check done on you faster than you can spin around. Yeah. So grief during the holidays is a tough one. I totally understand, you guys. I totally understand. Just don't hold yourself to too high of a standard. Like, let yourself heal. Let yourself be easy. Let yourself have a good time, right? I want to have fun for this holiday. If I could, you guys, I would get all of you guys together and let y'all come to my mom and dad's house, okay? Because in fact, that's probably what we're going to do. For the holiday, I think for Thanksgiving, we usually go to my mother-in-law's house, and then we do Christmas at my mom and dad's house. Honey, let me just tell you, whatever we do, wherever it's at, y'all are going with me, okay? And it will be so much fun. My sisters will come on and tell you guys some story times about my dumbass back in my active addiction, and we'll make y'all laugh, okay? Just recently, I let my little boy watch Gremlins with me the other night, y'all, and it brought back flashbacks. I was literally having flashbacks of being a little girl and being so afraid of them damn gremlins. It's okay, Cammie. It's okay. It happened after I got sober. So in like 2016 or 17, I think, is when Ashley passed away. It was hard. It was tough. But her story is so important, you know, and I feel like I need to tell people whenever I think about it. I tell people, yes, we had fun last year. Hey, Lisa, what's up, girl? I'm trying to go live, you guys, every night on YouTube from now on. I miss you guys. I will tell you guys, I got really caught up in the whole TikTok scene. And what I have learned is that TikTok is such a toxic app. It's such a toxic app. And although I love many of you guys, and many of you guys came from my TikTok family, like, I can't sit there and like be on an app that allows people to just bully other people nonstop. Like, the amount of women that just sit there and watch my content and make videos about me every single day, it's sick. It's sick, and it's really unhealthy for them, obviously. But there's one thing to, like, you know, not like somebody, but it's another thing to where your whole life is focused on making videos about that one person. And that's what we have going on TikTok. It makes me sick. It's sickening. I'm so grateful, though, you guys, to have all of you guys in my life and to be here to support you guys. I support all pathways to recovery. I don't care if you got sober on medical marijuana, if you got sober with kratom, if you got sober with Suboxone or methadone, if you got sober through Sublocade, Vivitrol, any of that. I don't care. I do not care what you choose to take to get to where you're going. It has taken me a long time to get to this point in my sobriety where I don't care about what you did. Okay. I used to be worried about what other people did to get to where they were going. Now, you know what? I don't. You know why? Because it's not my business. It doesn't affect me. All I can do is share with you what I did to get to where I'm going. And you guys know what I did. I'm on Suboxone. I have an announcement to make that I will be making a film about Suboxone. And it's not just going to be the good things. It's going to be everything about Suboxone. And I'm going to show my total detox off of it. And I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It'll probably be around January when this happens, but I want to show every aspect of the medication, not just the positive things, because I want to make a video to where my people, if they need help, hey Mary, what's up, girl? Or if they need help, they can make an informed, educated decision on what pathway they are going to take for their sobriety. Okay? I don't just want to show the good parts. I want to show every part, because with good things, there are bad things that come with it. And that's okay. But I want to show you so that way, if you're looking to get help, you can find what works for you. And I think that every person who's like on a crusade to like share about recovery goes through this stage like I did, where they are like fighting for whatever pathway they took, because that pathway saved their life. But all I want to do is make content so that way my viewers can make the best decisions for what they need to do for their recovery. And the only way I can do that is by sharing all aspects of the pathway to recovery that I took. You know, I've changed so much since I first started making content in 2017, 2016. You know, I've changed so much. But the main thing I want to do is I want people to have the resources to make good choices. And I don't want to pressure you into making a choice. I want you to make it because you are ready to make it. And I want to encourage you to make healthy choices and to stay sober, you know? So exactly. I think your name's Margie. Sorry, Margie. I said Mary. There's no one way to do it. Exactly. And I used to feel like, you know, there was just a best way, and the best way was the way I was doing it. But that's not the truth. And so I just want to be able to help people to make those best choices for them, you know. And I think that once you get to a point in your recovery where that's your goal, you're trying to make content to help your viewer make the best decision for them, that's a good place to be. You know what I mean? I want to be at a place where this content that I'm making is going to help you to better your life. I hope that tonight, by talking about recovery and the holidays, I hope this helps you guys. I hope it helps you see, like, you know what? I'm not alone. I don't have to put myself in compromising situations. I don't have to go to Thanksgiving dinner if my brother is high at Thanksgiving. I don't have to go to the Christmas holiday function when my mother-in-law can't stand me. Like, the holidays are for a time for you to come together with people that you love and make memories that are healthy memories and happy memories. And so don't put yourself in those compromising situations. If you don't get along with somebody in your family, you don't got to go around them and be tortured. Do your own holiday. Like I said, go to Walmart or Kroger and get yourself a little rotisserie chicken and fucking put that shit on the Barbie and fucking get you some drinks, you know, and have your family over, the people that you want to surround yourself during the holidays. And family doesn't always mean blood. It could be your recovery family. You know, that's what it's all about. That's what recovery is about. That's what the holidays are about. Healthy, happy memories. I love that you care enough to share the good, the bad, and everything in between. Absolutely, Debbie. And I just feel like I'm growing a lot more in my sobriety because I don't try to push things on anyone. And for the longest time, whenever I first got sober, I was very aggressive about what I shared about. And I see other people taking that aggressive route, and they have to learn on their own. I can tell them a million times, but they won't listen to me until they realize that what they're doing is pushing people away. You know, I had to learn it on my own too. That's what I do. I just know that what worked for me is what worked for me, and all I can do is share how it helped me. And I can also share with you guys the bad parts about it, because there are some bad parts. You know, there are some experiences that I've had that are not good. You know, and that's what we have to do. We have to be honest with those experiences and not hide those things from people, because we don't want them to find out the truth on their own. We want them to be able to make an educated decision. So I really enjoyed, and I hear what you're saying, Cammie. I knew that, but I don't know if other people know that. Recovery is not about the substances that you take or the route that you take. It's about the change that you're making on the inside to be a better person. It's about healing from your addiction. And so that's what recovery is about. You guys can catch me here every night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be live here on Facebook and YouTube. For those of you guys that are interested, we will be watching Dope Sick tonight at 11. So it's fixing to be 8 o'clock. We got 3 hours until Dope Sick. I don't know if TikTok is going to give me a hard time or YouTube is going to give me a hard time about it. If they do, I won't be able to live stream it, but I will be watching it. So if I can live stream it, I will go live here on Facebook and YouTube, and I will live stream it, and you guys can watch it with me. Okay? But if you guys want to tune in tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will have a new topic to discuss. Anybody is welcome to come up and share. If you guys enjoyed tonight's meeting and you got something out of it, share the video. Share the video, invite your friends, let people know that we're going live on YouTube and Facebook from now on, and let's keep doing the damn thing. All right? All right. Love you guys. I'll see y'all later.